Oh, yeah, huge crowd here tonight. The LA School of Comedy, 10835 Santa Monica Boulevard. Now that I've learned it, I have to tell everybody. My name's Sunda Kronquist. I just recently had surgery, so of course I'm not Sunda. Couldn't pull that off. So we've got a few people here tonight. We're gonna start off. Let's see. Woo, yeah. For all those people out there in YouTube land, this is the LA School of Comedy. This is Wacky Wednesday. So we have Wacky Wednesday. We got Manic Monday. So Mondays, everything starts at 7 here. 10835. Come by if you're a stand-up. It's $10 for 10 minutes. It's a deal. It's a deal. You're not going to find that. You know, what, $4 for 4 minutes? What can you do in 4 minutes? You know, this is an opportunity to do your whole 10 minutes and enjoy it. I have been mentioning a few times over the last few weeks about, you know, how much I hate pain, you know, and I've thought a lot about it because I do really hate pain. As a matter of fact, you know, every once in a while, like I'll bump my hand or I'll hit something and immediately I'll go, ow. And then I go, shit, that didn't hurt. Why am I saying ow? And then I realized that it's not only that, it's when other people get hurt. Like somebody else bumps their arm, I will say, ow. When I'm watching TV and somebody, you know, like these action movies where people fall and, you know, roll around, it hurts me physically because I can't stand pain. I'm not afraid of dying. You know, as long as it's fast. I don't want to go in pain because pain is something I avoid at all costs. I'm a big pussy. So, and actually it's not pussy, it's pussy, because it's pusillanimous. It's not the female genital area or a cat. It's not either one of those things, because actually, if you look at it, if you're calling somebody a pussy, pussies are pretty powerful. Would you agree, Billy? Right? Pussies are, Alan, yeah? Very, very powerful. You know, as Patty would say, you know, I will hold your purse if there's a pussy behind it. So, shout out to him. We're going to get things started right off the bat and bring up our first comic. And the only reason he's coming up first is because he was here first. So I'm one of those people who actually stands on ceremony. So we're going to bring him up right now. Funny guy, wonderful guy, and a very sweet man. Give it up for Billy Ramirez.
Billy.
Yeah, baby. Come on up here. Come on up here. Come on up here. Oh, yeah. Oh, those.
Yeah. Some glasses. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
I had some trouble making my way through the crowd. I was sitting way back there, and anyways, whatever. All right, everybody. And everybody is one person. Hey, how's it going? My name is Billy Ramirez, and I'm just a middle-aged man trying to stay sane in an increasingly insane world. No matter what side you're in or what side you're on, no matter what you're into, who you like, it's getting wacky, and it's gonna get wackier. So one way I'm trying to stay sane is by feeding squirrels. My backyard is lined with a bunch of trees, or my back patio, and I get squirrel visitors. And it started with one squirrel, and I started feeding this one squirrel bird seed that I found from the local pet store. And the squirrel loved the bird seed. But then I don't know if she got excited and told her squirrel friends, or word got down the squirrel pike. But more and more squirrels started showing up and fighting over the seed, making a mess all over my patio. So I came up with a solution. I started feeding them peanuts, and that was a great solution because they love the peanuts, and I love feeding them peanuts because, number one, first of all, they show up and they beg for the peanuts. They curl up their hands like this, like, you know, like they should be holding a dusty hat, you know, like, please, may I have some I don't know what accent squirrels have. Or I don't know if they're throwing gang signs at me like, hey, puto, you better have some peanuts. I don't know if squirrels are cholos or not. But best of all, they grab the peanuts and go and leave my patio nice and tidy. So I basically turned my patio into a squirrel drive-in, like a squirrel Sonic, I guess. I did feed them, I did serve them peanuts wearing my rollerblades one time, and one time only. My left hip still hurts. Anyways, I've been ranting and raving about these adorable squirrels, and you could tell that I care about the squirrels. So I decided to actually look up what I should be feeding these squirrels. And it turns out that feeding squirrels too many peanuts is bad for squirrels because it's bad for their bone health. And I should point out that I'm at an age where I should be worried about the bone health of my children and wife, but I have neither, so instead squirrels. None of the websites that tell you that too many peanuts is bad for squirrels tell you how many peanuts is bad for squirrels. So every time I hand a cute little squirrel a peanut, I worry, is this the one that's going to start liquefying your cute little bones and, whatever. But I hope it's not too many peanuts. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is if you're ever on the west side and you start tripping over furry bags of squirrel soup, it was too many peanuts, and I'm very, very sorry. Let's see what else. Thank you very much. All right, everyone settle down. Settle down. All right, you two, way up there as well. Oh, I like your hat. Let's see. Please don't ever ask me to pick a card. I like, it's not an anti-magician joke or anti-magic joke or anti-card trick joke. Just don't ask me to pick a card. Because to me, because when you pick a card, more often than not, you're going to be asked to remember what the card says, and that's where the problem begins for me because I don't have that kind of short-term memory. Like for example, I've been on a kickball team for adults, by the way. I did this joke one time, and a comedian's like, "Oh, you play kickball against kids?" Like, no, I'm not living Mitch Hedberg's little league dreams. Like back up now. Anyways, Mitch. So I'm on a kickball team, and I've been on it for 7 weeks, so I know that it takes me 8 weeks, at least 8 weeks, to learn people's names. So anyways, so when I pick a card and I'm asked to remember what the card says, or I put it back and I have to remember what the card says, that feels like trying to remember what the cooking instructions say on a package after you threw it away. It's like, oh man, is it 30 minutes at 400 degrees or is it 40 minutes at 300 degrees? Like, I don't know. And he's like, oh, what, my card? Oh, geez. I don't know what my card was. It was the jack-o'-lanterns. I don't know, man. Like, I'm sorry that I ruined your trick. If you think that's bad, I burned my dino nuggets. So we're both having a bad day. Selfish. See what else. What else is annoying me? This is the annoying set. For my day job, I'm in marketing. I do digital marketing, and I've been trying to find the next step in my career, trying to find a new job. I've been sending out cover letters and resumes, and the cover letter is really annoying because like I've been in interviews. I've seen my resume at interviews. I've never seen my cover letter, and I don't know what the purpose is, because if someone is very well qualified to do the job, at least based on the resume, like how bad is the cover letter going to be to not give them the job? Like you're hiring someone to build rockets, and like, oh yeah, look at this resume. That's beautiful. You built this rocket and that rocket and the satellite and did all this and that and other technological stuff I don't know that I can't put into this bit. That's great. But I got to tell you, this cover letter. So because of the cover letter, I'm sorry. That's going to be a no for me, dog. But on the other hand, how many times does a good cover letter offset a really bad resume? It's like you're interviewing someone. It's like, oh, yeah, nice to meet you. Your name is Juice. Okay, nice to meet you, Juice. Okay, here's your resume. Oh, boy. Let's see. It says that you haven't worked in the past 28 years, and your last employment was managing a video store in Davenport, Iowa. Is that correct, Juice? Look, I got to tell you, Juice, this resume is nothing. But this cover letter, whew, if I may borrow a word from your cover letter, I was enraptured. Okay, so it's based on the cover letter alone. I'm going to give you the job. Welcome aboard. Tomorrow morning, you start as head of pediatrics at Cedars-Sinai. Anyway, cover letters are dumb, but so trying to find a new job, and I prefer hybrid. And not that there's anything good about a pandemic, but at least it made people reevaluate what jobs you can do from an office or from home. Because I've been in digital marketing for my entire career, and every job I've had, I've gotten up, gotten dressed, walked past the computer that's connected to the internet and has access to my work email, to go get in a car, to drive to an office, to go sit in front of a computer that has internet access and has access to my work email. It's not like I've never been a power lineman. You can't do that from home, or, you can't drive a bus from home. You can't do dentistry from home. Actually, you can. I saw it on TikTok, but you're not allowed to. That's a definite no-no. So I've been interviewing with companies, and some do 3 days on, 4 days on. We'll see. I mean, the 4 days on is a short walk from my apartment, so that's doable. But I don't think I'll ever do 5 days on again. That's just too much. Spending 40 hours in an office. It's just the only way I would do that is if companies start offering recess. That's the only way I would ever do 5 days a week, because it's going to offer so many magical opportunities for joy. Like, recess starts and you race someone to the swings, or you go find a tree to read a book under, or best of all, it might just create a magical moment, something like this, where after recess everyone has to gather around for the quarterly all hands meeting. All the execs are in a big conference room in front of that phone bridge or a Zoom, whatever, because the CEO was taking it from his yacht, the jerk. And then he starts calling all the execs, and then finally gets to the head of finance, Linda, the head of finance, like, Linda, head of finance, are you here? And then there's a pregnant pause, and then finally the boss is like, Linda, head of finance, where the hell is Linda? Linda, head of finance. And then someone goes like, well, unfortunately, Linda, head of finance, can't make it. I'm like, why the hell not? Give me one good goddamn reason why Linda from head of finance can't make this meeting. Well, sir, it's because she's currently in freeze tag. Go tag her. Anyways, that's all I have planned today. And please tip your wait staff. They work really hard. And also, please try the tilapia hot pockets, which are on special tonight. So those are 3 for $1. So anyways, thank you. My name is Billy Ramirez. Thank you.
Woo! Give it up. Give it up, everybody. All you people, especially you in the back. Hope you're getting your chicken fingers and what was that? Tilapia hot pockets. I have some of those at home. Very good. Okay, well, let's just keep this thing rolling. Why not? Why not? We'll have a breakneck show. Ladies and gentlemen, this next guy is tall, and his name is Alan Weiss. Put your hands together for Alan Weiss. Yeah.
Okay, yay. So there's not that many people here, so I think it's just whatever. They've been working on that camera for like the last 10 minutes. They're trying to get to where it's just so important. It's so important that YouTube can see my right side. I'm dyslexic. There's a book I think that'll help you for your comedy. I'll give it to you after the name.
It's not called quick comedy.
No. It'll help you with some of the punches and stuff with your jokes and stuff. I think you have good ideas, you have good stories, but you just need like the there's technique that I think will help. Like for example, you were talking about cover letters, and so like my thought was like, okay, what's cover letters? Say take a cover letter and you take like 2 words. So cover letters is like what? Cover letters is like, and then you just make a chair, or something like that. Or cover letter is like a chair. It's only useful if you sit on it. And then you have like a stupid punch there, right? That's stupidly funny, but it's like what do you use it for, right? So it's like comparing 2 different things. That's one of the things in that book. So I'll give it to you. So I like to help people out. If it helps you, it does, doesn't. I went to a networking event. I'm still trying to find the humor in that. Everybody's there networking, but I don't really know like what's the networking. There's no one actually does anything. It's like they just go, they're like, "Hi, how are you?" and then you talk about random stuff, but I don't really feel like I've networked. Like I don't feel like I have gotten extra levels of skills or anything. And I will write this into a joke at some point. I'm just trying to brainstorm of what people do at networking events so I can have this on tape so then I can go home and write it out. But, you know, you go to the networking event and the people are there and they're asking you questions. What do you do? What do you like to have fun? It's almost like going on a date, except your goal is not to have sex. Your goal is to have a job, or your goal is to sell something, right? Which is kind of like having a girlfriend. And then you go on the interview. You have to have your cover letter or whatever. There's that. Okay, I was there and this guy came up to me. He's like, oh, I have 2 kids and it's tiring. But he had this like gut. He had this like, this stomach. Oh my God, there's someone else. Come in. Oh, it's Chris. We
were almost done.
Oh, we were almost done? He just came in time. This is why I came. I came for my friend Chris.
Yeah, good to see you.
Good to see you. I'm just messing around. So like we're at this thing and this guy has his dad bod. I have 2 nieces and nephews. The whole time you're playing with your niece and nephew, you're doing a squat and you're lifting them up. You're like running around chasing them. And the whole time they're going, again. You do like 15 squats. So I can't figure out how all these men don't have like killer bods. They just have like dad bods, which is weird. And they just have guts, but they have these kids. And I don't know. Now that Chris is here, I better do actual jokes instead of just talking and stuff.
Come on, son of a bitch.
For my birthday, my financial advisor, my bank, sent me a box of chocolates covered strawberries, which is really romantic. I prefer the toaster. Like the old days, but really I prefer money. Just cut my fees. My penis, men's penises, have one agenda to have, or 2 agendas: have fun and make friends. I don't want to make friends or have fun, so I'm in a constant fight with me. I'm constantly in a fight. Okay, it took you a minute. Okay, that's a thinker. Okay, I had my birthday recently. I got older. I did.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. It was last Friday. And my coworker came up to me and said, what's your superpower you're going to get for your birthday? I'm like, that doesn't happen. I don't get superpowers. But if I did have a superpower, I decided to have teleportation. That's where you get to warp places, right? And I was like, this would be really nice, like to have that superpower. You go, Paris, right? Or you're like, boom, Rome, or my boss's bedroom. You know? The problem with having the superpower of, someone else came, we have a great audience.
We
Doubled our size.
Doubled our lineup.
Yeah. So the problem of having the superpower of teleportation is if you also have the issue of sleepwalking, because you might just wake up at your ex-girlfriend's house, which would be a problem, especially if she's married. Okay. I had a board meeting and everybody was just spewing BS. The CFO was spewing BS. The COO was spewing BS. The president was spewing BS, and I was surprised I still don't smell like poop. Oh, very positive meeting. Okay. So I had a Tesla, and with the Tesla they gave me a 1 month free of self-driving. I'll just drive you around anywhere. But it felt more like self-driving mode. Not self-driving mode, but it felt more like a student driver mode. Because the whole time you're going like, brake, brake, brake. The thing is they should have different modes. They should have like the aggressor mode, like, your road rage mode, where it drives really tailgates someone the whole way and then blinking its lights and flashing its indicators. Or it'd be fun to have senior mode, where it drives really 45 miles an hour in the passenger lane. Or for the married couples or the people dating, indecisive couple mode, where it just drives you to a random restaurant and then kicks you out. I think that's my favorite. It's worse than always negotiating with your girlfriend. So where do you want to go to dinner? Oh, I don't know. Where do you want to go? What are you in the mood for? Oh, I don't know. You're like, well, let's just stay home and have Cheerios. Well, no, I don't want that. Can't win. I like Cheerios. They're good. It's a good afternoon, if you can't make anything, you just have Cheerios. I went to this club, and in walks this lady with this open jacket and just lingerie. I was like, damn, right? And I was with my two friends, and my male friend, he goes, oh, I wish I could tap that. And my female friend says, oh, I wish I had the courage to dress like that. And I was like, oh, it must be laundry day. Okay. So that is all I'm going to do today. Thank you very much. My name is Alan Weiss. You can find me at Alan W. Weiss on Instagram. Thank you. And back, Aaron.
That's my fist bump. Yeah, baby. That's okay. Oh, thank you. So I felt a little slighted. Yeah, you were talking about a few things there. I don't know if anybody else out here knows it, but BMW, the car manufacturer, they have decided just to take the blinkers out of BMWs because they never fucking use them anyway, right? I mean, ever. The other thing was, looks, right? We are, as a race, getting fatter and uglier. We're just getting fatter and uglier. I remember when I was a kid, man, I would drive around and it would just be like, oh my God, there's another one. Beautiful people everywhere, and now it's scant. It's pretty bad. And I'm actually thinking about turning to other means of ejaculation. I think that there's a lot of people who are out there who are like giving people a hard time about having sex. I was just watching this YouTube video where it was this couple and the guy's saying, sex is for procreation only, and that's what I like. I don't like the orgasm. And and nobody asked him, but I thought it'd be good to ask him, so does that mean you never have sex unless you're going to procreate? Because that kind of blows your whole theory. And anyway, if I want to, fuck a donkey, right? I have the right to do that. I can do that in this country as long as it's consensual. And it's not your donkey, right? Because, every once in a while you got to tap a little ass. Yeah. Oh, with that, I'm going to bring up our next fabulous comic who came in third. He, it was a race to the LA School of Comedy, and he pulled in third. And luckily, I had written out the trifecta, so as long as you're in there, I'm going to bring him up. Bring him up, Chris.
Put together for your host. How you guys doing tonight?
What's up?
Ask me how my comedy career is going.
How's it going?
Bloody awful. Thanks for asking.
Woo!
I was late. I was at the World Market. I've run out of tea. Now, if you're English and you run out of tea, it's really bad. You're in a horrible mood. And I ordered it online. When I got there, they didn't have it ready, and there's a whole line of people. So I apologize for being late. I got a haircut. Does anyone like it? A couple of people mentioned it's kind of a gay haircut. Does anyone see that a little bit? Okay, good. I feel better about myself. As you probably know, I have low self-esteem. Not sure why. I'm a comic. When I go out in public, I'm told I look like 3 famous or infamous people. We're going to go through those today. Please applaud if you think I look like them. Okay, guys, ready? First one is Bruce Jenner. Wow. Caitlyn, anybody? Any Caitlyn chances? Whoa, whoa, whoa. The other one is Christopher Reeve in a wheelchair. If I take him out of the wheelchair, is that better? Yeah. Okay, I'll take him out of the wheelchair. So I went up to Victorville, and someone said, I walked in, didn't tell them about my sets, and they said, you look like Christopher Reeve. So I was like, it depends. I think each day I change. The third one, follow along with me, boys and girls. Christopher Reeve had sex with Bruce Jenner, and William Dafoe comes out. A little bit. Okay. I'm going to do some new stuff today. Is that all right? Okay, good. Alan likes it. Alan hasn't seen me in a while. I'll do a bunch of stuff today, but I did go to England. I came back from England. I was in England. I did 4 shows in Belgium, which was a tricky thing because there's like 15 different languages, so you got to figure out what people are going to like. It's quite difficult. Ask me how my trip to England was.
How was your trip to England?
Bloody awful. I got COVID a week before I left. So it was a problem. I had to delay it by a week. I think, Alan, you were close to the same time as me. I got there. We had 12-hour flight, 7 hours of turbulence. It was 2 people injured on the plane. So I'm thinking it's not starting too well. And then I had my phone right here. You see where it is? I got into the Brussels Underground and someone stole my phone. So now I've got no phone. I'm still sick from the flight, and I got COVID. So it was a difficult trip. I learned a few things about England. First of all, if you're at McDonald's, there'll never be any ketchup, which happened at the Paddington Station McDonald's. Burger King is huge in Belgium, and that's all I learned from England. I saw my sisters. Thank you. I saw my sisters. My sisters are great. My sister lives up in Cirencester, which is a small little town up in northern England. I had a great time with her. She's a dog trainer up there, so we had a great time. How do you guys like my shirt?
Beautiful. Very nice.
I got this at Dick's. Anyone like Dick's?
Yeah, love Dick's.
I've got a few Dick's over here. Look, when I go to Dick's, I have a plan. The first plan is to find merchandise. I go up and down the aisle looking for merchandise. The second plan is to find a lesbian. Because in my opinion, no lesbian is going to shop at Dick's Sporting Goods. So I go looking for lesbians. I go up and down the aisles looking for lesbians. I never find any lesbians. But this time the manager came up to me and said, are you Chris Wheeler, the infamous comedian that no one laughs at? That will be late to get to the show here at LA Comedy School on a Wednesday night. I said, yeah, that's me. Can you help us bring the lesbian traffic in? Can you help us? I said, okay. So I thought about it for a second, and I said, let's just change the name. Put one word in there. In front of Dick's Sporting Goods, we'll put Plastic Dick's Sporting Goods. All the lesbians will come. There'll be lesbian sales around the clock. I do research when I come here, and the first thing I did last night was did some research on breasts. How's that?
Nice.
Thank you. And I found out that the largest breast, well, first of all, the Guinness Book of Record, the largest breast is the Z cup. You can look it up. I had to research it because I figured you guys need new material, right, Alan? And the lady who has the Z cups, men have to carry it around when she goes out. It's that big. But the actual cup that you can look up and Google it and buy something on Amazon is the K cup. That's the largest cup I could find. If your girlfriend has a K cup, let me explain what happens. Going into her breast is an all-day expedition. You're going to need ropes and harnesses. You have to climb mountains, get to the peaks, come into the valleys. But if you're thirsty, you can always stop and get some milk. And that's why I keep ice in my back pocket, because I like my milk cold. How do you guys like that? Make some noise. God's sakes. All right, I'll do some stuff. I do have bad news today. I want to talk about, we were mentioning penises. Penises seem to come up today. I've got bad news. The bad news, the doctor told me I have a disease called Perionne's disease. Does anyone know what it is?
I do.
Can you tell us, please? What is it?
It's equivalent to erectile dysfunction.
Yeah, can you elaborate a little bit on my penis? No, that's not it. You're wrong. I had to sit the doctor. So my penis has become curved. I'm embarrassed. I can tell you guys because we're all friends, right? My penis has got curved. And the reason, and they found out why. It was damaged it was an accidental vaginal damage. So I went to bed with them, and the penis got problematic, and it twisted. So now I've got a twisted penis. Put it together for my twisted penis. God's sakes. I opened up on that one for you. I've had a DNA test. Anyone had a DNA test?
Yeah.
What did you find out? Anything interesting? Did you find anything interesting? I'm 98% white, straight, Caucasian. I'm a very boring category, but I am 2% Mexican. How about that, huh? I have relatives in Mexico City, Carlos Escobedo, Manuel Escobedo, and Susana Escobedo. I decided it was time, and you speak Spanish, I decided it was time for me to go to Mexican City and get attached to my Mexican heritage. I arrived there as a 17-year-old skinny white guy, weighing 120 pounds, naked in the shower. I got that. And when I arrived, the Escobedos greeted me at the airport. Bienvenidos a Mexico. Mexico. Gracias, Mr. Wheeler. You are part of our familia. You are parientes. Gracias. Thank you, thank you. Look, on my first day here, I would like a meal. I don't like Mexican food. I'm going to go with some American food because I'm half English, half American. So I'm going to have a hamburger with cheese, French fries with salt, and a drink with no ice. No problema. Yo voy a ayudarte. For your hamburger with cheese, it's pinche panoche con queso. For your French fries with salt, it's pinche cabron con sal. And for your dessert is pinche maricon sin huevos. Great, you're the best. Thank you, Escobedo. I'm a bloody English guy. I'm going to go order my food at the restaurante. Gracias, senor. Pinche panoche con queso. Pinche cabron con sal. And for my drink, please help me. Pinche maricon sin huevos. And the guy goes, you fucking idiot. I speak perfect English. You just ordered a fucking pussy with cheese, a son of a bitch with salt, and a gay gentleman with no balls. Yeah! I'll take that pussy with cheese to go in a box with a lid. My name's Chris Wheeler. You can reach me on Chris Wheeler Voice. I'm going to be performing January 18th at the Ice House. I'm very excited about that. Hopefully some people will come out for that. That's my first real big show. Thanks for listening to my ramblings. Put it together for your host.
Yeah.
Good job.
I understood queso and restaurante. That's all I got. I always think it's funny when I go to the taco truck and I try. Yeah, people always say that people, who speak foreign languages, if you just try to speak their languages, they're really appreciative. That's bullshit. They're really pissed off. Especially when you try to order something and then they try to clarify and you don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You have to say, no, I'm sorry, you have to speak English because I don't get it. I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about our acting class that's coming up. I'm going to be teaching an acting class here on December 8th. That's a Sunday. Yep. And Sunda is actually going to come in at 2:30. This is a new thing. She's going to come in at 2:30 to 4:30, and she's going to work with people on stand-up who want to show up. And then at 4:30, we're going to work with young adults, any humans who are 10 to 17. Nobody younger than 10 unless you have special dispensation because you have really well-behaved kids who are under 10, because I'm not a babysitter. And then at 7 o'clock, 7 to 10, we're going to have adults come in. So it's going to be an open house. We're going to have food. We're going to have beverages. We're going to have all kinds of stuff for you peoples out there. So show up on Sunday, December 8th. It's 10835 Santa Monica Boulevard right here at the LA School of Comedy. I almost said San Francisco School of Comedy because I'm not here, actually. I'm actually transported. You wanted that special superpower, Alan? I have it. Transportation. Yep. Right now, I'm going to transport myself off the stage because, I don't know, I'm looking at these lights, and they seem pretty Sherry Bright. Bring her up, Sherry Bright, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, give it up.
God.
Kill it.
How does he do it, man? That fun. It just blows me away. Hey. So, I'm a mom of 4 kids. I just became an empty nester. I'm going through a divorce. My friends were somewhat worried about me. They're all calling like, Sherry, you okay? Anything I can bring over? I'm like, maybe some ecstasy. The orgy starts at 6. So I'm doing fine. That's my wrap-in, is that I'm doing so fine. Even though I'm getting divorced, I never want to shit-talk my ex in front of our kids. So, I'd rather do it in front of a room full of strangers. None of you guys know Jim, right?
No.
Yes. But with my kids, I wait for them to bring things up, to bring him up. My son will be like, Dad's got a birthday coming up. And I'm like, oh, yeah, he's also got a small dick. My son was home from college the other day, and he was going to invite some friends over, and he's like, Mom, please don't try and act cool in front of my friends. I'm like, OMG, I won't. Besides, you're low-key giving sus vibes, and it's not that deep. If you guys are only chuckling at those, which are like my everyday go-to jokes, I'm not going to get any feedback on the other ones, which are going to be way more subtle laughs. But let's just see. Bring it up. Okay, I'm going to hit you with this one. God, I'm getting warm just thinking about it. Because my mom was so smothering, I decided to give my kids lots of space. And I know they appreciated it, because my son keeps leaving me these cute little voicemails that say things like, Mom, please pick up. I only get one phone call. I guess I'll try and see whether they'll let me call Dad. I'm like, I'm here. Okay, so question, that tag, I guess I'll see whether they'll let me call Dad. Is that funny, or just cut at they only give me one phone call? Go. This is now feedback, Mike. December 8th, whatever, this is it. I gave my kids plenty of space, and this is all very true. Now I'm trying to reconnect with them, and to be honest, it feels kind of like trying to rekindle with an ex. And I'll be texting with my son like, hey, what's up? You up? What are you wearing? It's cold. Please say a sweater. Anyway, I was just texting because I was in that place we used to hang out. And my son's like, you mean the living room? I'm like, besides, you're low-key giving sus vibes, and it's not that deep. Or I could just say, relax. It's not that deep. Or should I do the whole, you're low-key giving sus vibes? The whole thing. And besides, I noticed you left some stuff at my place. I want to see you again, too. He's like, Mom, I don't need my birth certificate. Stop texting me. Got a chuckle over there. I'm just like, chuckle. Note the chuckle. An alt for that would be, anyway, I was just thinking of you because I was passing by your place. And he's like, in upstate New York? That would be an alt to, I was just thinking of you or texting you because I was in that place we used to hang out. It's like, you mean our living room? Which better, living room or upstate New York? Living room. Awesome. More believable, right? How could I have a kid in upstate New York? Crazy. One thing, thank you. One thing I felt great about as a parent was having family meetings, to teach my kids how to solve problems. But at some point they outgrew it, and they got to an age where their complaints were things like, we can see Mom and Dad are in a loveless marriage. And I was like, I don't think we need to do this anymore. I am proud that I helped my kids all get along, all four of them. But now I feel like the outsider. I'm like, hey, fuckers, I'm still here. And I'm cool. I do comedy. I'm not even connected to your dad anymore. And I want to be friends. But they keep putting me in the mom zone. They're like, oh, you're great. Let me just start by saying you're so great. We just don't have that friend chemistry. I don't see you that way. I'm sure there's a lot of people who would love to be your friend. Who didn't come out of you?
Keep in mind there's no bones.
Yes, but there are plenty of people who have been friend zoned.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay, you were giving the feedback, which of course I got defensive about. It's feedback, Mike, but only if it's good. Oh, yeah, but the friend zone thing was obvious, right?
Yeah, my niece did that to me, so I know what you're talking about.
The uncle zone. When my kids were younger, they thought I was God, right? They wanted mommy time all the time. They wanted to sit next to me. Now I feel like that weird girl that they have to let sit at their lunch table. I'm like, can I sit here? And they're like, I guess, but don't talk. Okay. I got a titter on that. No matter how cool I try to be, I'm never cool enough. I'm like, I scored some weed. And they're like, scored? You mean you stopped at Mad Men? Besides, you don't smoke anymore. It's not good for your lungs. Come back when you have edibles. got a chuckle from the sound area. The other day, my kids texted me on a thread. They didn't realize I was on. I could tell. My son's like, yeah, Boomer called, like, because she can't do Instagram. And my daughter's like, oh, yeah, just like Grandma. She told me that same story. And I'm like, you guys are the ones who didn't even realize I was on this thread. Who's the boomer now, bitches? And I will tell you that story again, Erica. Please call me. I wanted to go I want to know what's happening in their lives, in my teenagers' lives. But if you act too interested, they won't tell you anything. You got to play it cool. So I just wait for them to bring stuff up. My son will be like, I did my laundry. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Did you also do that girl Erica from your science class? But if your teenagers do open up to you, you can't start lecturing them. You know, you got to like just stay cool. It's hard, I find. The other day, my daughter was like, I might have a boyfriend. I'm like, oh, your first relationship. I don't know why I'm talking to you. Your first relationship. You know, it's formative. I mean, it seems light, but it'll determine like how you feel about yourself and like when you base your self-image. And sometimes that person is really your twin flame, and they reflect everything about you. Like, you can't be too careful though, because that's what happened with me and your father. And you will learn that love is not enough. But you know, whatever. Again, the chuckle from the sound area. I think if I delivered it better, that could maybe work. What do you think? Yes? Yes. All right. It's hard that my kids... How much time do I have left?
Sir?
2. That's what I want. Okay, cool.
As much as you want, yeah. There it goes. Go.
Oh, it's hard that my 4 kids are closer with each other than they are with me. Like, my daughter went through a breakup and she called her brother instead of me. And I was like, you know, why don't you want to talk about your ex with me? I tell you about mine. And she's like, yeah, and I wish you would stop talking about Dad's small dick. With the callback, yes. I've always wanted to be a grandma. I have. And I did everything I could to improve my chances. I had 4 kids. So there's that. I taught them all the importance of family, and I made sure they know it doesn't feel as good with a condom. And I want to be a grandma when I'm still young enough to play with my grandkids. And I feel like my kids are not respecting my grandma biological clock. I finally sat them all down at lunch, and I was like, listen, if you want to have grandkids with me, that window is closing. I gave you the best years of my life. And if you weren't really serious about this, then you should have told me at the beginning instead of carrying around those baby dolls like that meant something. And also, I want to be a GILF, and time is definitely running out for that.
Yeah.
Wait, yes on the GILF?
Yeah.
Or like yes on you think I'm done?
No, you're not done. No, the guilt.
Oh, clap on the GILF. Nice. All right, here's my last one. I feel like I wasn't slutty enough in college, right? I married the first guy I had a real relationship with, and I ended up in an abusive marriage. But it is challenging to talk to my kids about this. You know, I'll sit my daughter down like, listen, I know, I'll talk to you. Listen, honey, I know what you think you need in life right now is a man who's got a job, who's, you know, compassionate, who shares your values. But what you need is to go on sleepovers in a lot of different beds, right? Don't follow your heart. Follow your hoo-ha for a while. You know what builds character? Herpes.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Oh, I think I asked him all along. Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Aaron.
Hey!
I'm going for a double.
Boom! Yeah. Sherry Bright, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Well, we're winding down. I did want to say the DNA test. You know, you brought something up. You asked somebody else, but you didn't ask me. I did do a DNA test. I did. No, you asked me, but then you didn't wait for my answer. And it was very hurtful. I did do a DNA test. First I did the Ancestry, and then I did the 23andMe. When I did the 23andMe speak. I found out that I do have something. which was a shock. I have a 43-year-old daughter that I didn't know about until 3 years ago. So yeah, that was fun. And guess who told me? My younger daughter. She called me up and said, "Hey, is it possible I have a sister?"
Oh my God.
And I said, "It's possible." Yeah, right out of high school. First thing, boom, right out of high school, and then I took off because there was drugs and armed robbery and all of this stuff that was just it was crazy. So I had to leave that town, and I just never knew, and now I do. So
Did you meet her yet?
I'm thinking of calling her Phoebe. I like Phoebe, but her name isn't that. It's something completely different.
Me.
Oh, I thought you said name.
No, me.
Have you named her yet? Which is funnier. I like that. We haven't named her yet. Okay, I'll use that. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget December 8th, 7 p.m. if you're an adult, which I'm assuming if you're watching this blue material that we've got going on, you're probably an adult. So come at 7 o'clock. We're going to have food. We're going to have drinks. We're going to have a lot of fun. And also bring scripts because I want you to work on things that you want to work on. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much. It's been fun, and I'm so glad you showed up so I could say ladies and gentlemen instead of just gentlemen. It's been great because I don't want people to think that this is a sexist place. This is a safe place. But hopefully we'll have Sunda back next week. And with that, we'll be signing off. This is Aaron McIntyre. And if people say you're funny, you probably are. But you're never going to know till you take it from the stage. No, from the page to the stage. Yeah, you don't want to take it from the stage to the page because that would be useless. All right, Johnny, you ready to take us out?
Yes, sir.
5, 4, 3.